Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. If you're not following us on Twitter, you better get over there and follow us because we have a great conversation every day. And a lot of that conversation centers around an offensive set called horns. Now, almost every team in the league runs it, which is very strange to me because the triangle offense did so well for so long and hardly anybody took that offense to heart and certainly didn't use much of it at all. However, horns has taken the league by storm and just about every team runs it. So today, I'm going to show you almost half the teams in the league and what they do and what their different options are out of it because it is clever and it's fascinating to see how each team approaches this offensive set. The basic alignment of horns is a point guard on top, 2 high post players, and 2 players in the corner. Most teams like to use their 2 biggest players in the high post, but as you'll see, teams like the Lakers will put Kobe there as well. The first action is a high post entry pass. The point guard then dictates the play by choosing which side to go to, either the strong side or the weak side. And this is when all the fun starts to happen. In horns, the point guard has a lot of control over the offense. He gets to decide which side of the floor the offense is initiated on, as well as which side he cuts to in order to screen. Here, Kemba Walker cuts to the weak side to screen the man in the corner. This becomes flex as Walker gets a down screen. You can see what happens when they can't pass the ball accurately. The offense dies and they're forced to take a tough shot. Here, Mario Chalmers cuts to the weak side, and this becomes a double down screen for Battier out of the corner. Notice all this action is happening while LeBron James has the ball 1 dribble from the hoop. He finally notices this and drives. While the ball is stripped, Birdman is in position for the layup. The Knicks do something similar, but with a twist. J.R. Smith goes to the weak side and sets a cross screen for Shumpert, but instead of getting his own flex down screen, he sets a back screen for Chandler and then pops out. This becomes a pick and roll. This is good movement except for Felton standing in the corner the whole time, and Detroit's great defense forces a tough shot at the shot clock buzzer. You can see that putting your star at the high post opens up a lot of things. LeBron, Melo, and Kobe all spend time as the high post in horns, and notice how Steve Blake goes to the weak side but doesn't screen Clark. Pau Gasol comes from the other high post to ball screen for Kobe. The movement served to get Steve Blake wide open in the corner, but Kobe opts to take a contested shot himself. In the Pacers version, they give David West a lot of freedom. Paul George is in the strong side corner but clears out as Stevenson cuts to the weak side to screen for Hill. This gives the entire left side of the floor to West, who goes to work on Taj Gibson. The Wolves run the basic set with the guard on top cutting weak side and getting flex action. Derek Williams takes advantage of all that movement by taking a step back jumper. Because they move Pekovic around from the high post to the low post, it enables him to get great position for the offensive rebound. The Thunder alter the alignment by putting Serge Ibaka at the low block on the same side as Perkins. The offense is initiated the same way, and Russell Westbrook cuts to the weak side to screen for Kevin Durant coming out of the weak side corner. It's not very good fundamental execution, but OKC still gets enough movement to put OJ Mayo to sleep. Mayo is lucky, however, that Sefolosha isn't a great finisher. They run the same exact play, but this time Russell Westbrook slips his weak side screen for Durant to cut back door. Perkins doesn't throw a good pass, however, but Russ makes a great save to Ibaka, who was just standing there the whole time, for the layup. Now, let's take a look at teams that like to send their point guard to the strong side after the initial high post entry pass. Here, Jeff Teague sets a screen in the corner and gets flex action with Petro. The ball comes back to the left side, and watch Jenkins get his own flex action by screening Korver, then getting a down screen from Josh Smith. This is great movement by all 5 players, and they get a good shot in the lane and free throws. The Jazz run Tinsley to the strong side, and trust me, he's not supposed to run into Millsap like that. They bring the strong side corner Marvin Williams into the post. When they can't get it down low, they run Williams around a double screen on the left side where he should have shot the ball. Instead, the Jazz turn it over. They run the point guard to the strong side again, and this time the strong side corner cuts through to run flex action on the left side of the court, and this gets an open jumper for Paul Millsap. The Pistons do something interesting where they run the point guard around the high post and bring the corner up the screen for him as well. This becomes a high post split. If neither cutter is open, they execute a screen and roll in the corner. This puts a lot of pressure on the defense as the Pistons swing it and get a wide open lane to the hoop. They just can't finish it. You can also use the high post players to screen the ball right away, and most teams that run horns do this option a few times each game. The Pistons use it as a pick and pop, then simply swing it for a pick and roll. This compacts the defense, enabling an open three by Calderon. The Thunder like to bring both high post players to screen the ball and let Durant pick which way to drive. It opens up at least one corner for a shot, but Dallas plays this perfectly and steals it before Durant can get it to a wide open Westbrook in the weak side corner. While this is not quite horns, Rick Adelman utilizes two high posts and has Rubio dribble to the wing. This triggers a high post split and a driving opportunity from Ridnour. The players keep moving and Kirilenko dives to the hoop, gets an opening along the baseline, and attacks. The Hornets get creative by pitching the ball back to the point guard, which is a lot like the Triangle's pitch post play. When Davis's man helps, they get a gorgeous lob and dunk. So there you have it, sports fans. Horns is a very flexible offensive set, even though it seems kind of rigid to start. But what it does give you is a lot of opportunities for your star player like LeBron or Kobe or Melo to get the ball in the high post one dribble away from the rim and create a lot of distraction on the weak side with movement, making it very difficult for the defense to defend. So this is a great way to get everybody involved and to get good shots for your stars. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for lots more coming up at B-Ball Breakdown. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win?